So in the Crocker household lately, it has been broccoli crust and cauliflower crust central. Because who doesn't like pizza? And if you can make it taste exactly like pizza and still have it be healthy, why not, right? Counts as your veggies. So duh. So how do I do it? I'm going to just show you really quickly. I have this cute little contraption right here. It's like a little mini food processor. So for this, I have to do it in like a couple batches because it's smaller. So if you have a big food processor, it's going to make your life a lot easier. But once I do that, I make it so it's basically almost like this little, you know, you can see that it's like sort of like a little bit of a rice texture or almost like a mashed potato texture. And then I literally just put it in a strainer. And I put some water in a pot, like up to here, and I boil it, and I just steam the cauliflower for like 10 minutes. And so everybody keeps saying to me, but how do you get it crispy? Like mine's soupy, or how do you get to stay together? So here's my trick for that. It's this brilliant little piece of equipment right here. It's $2 at the grocery store, and it's called cheesecloth. And if you see, it's just kind of this like meshy, you know, whatever. So I let it cool. I just sit it in a strainer for a little bit and let it cool because otherwise you're going to burn the crap out of yourself. But let me see if I can turn so you can see this. Let's go like this. So if you look over here, you can see that I just start, see how much water is coming out? I just start squeezing it out. So after I've steamed it for about 10 to 15 minutes, I let it sit there and cool. And then once it's cool enough that I can do this without burning myself, I literally just squeeze and I turn this and I literally will do it until I almost am having nothing come out. You guys, you're going to be really shocked at how much water comes out of the cauliflower. This was like one giant head of organic cauliflower, and so it took up like a lot of space in the pot. But once I get all the water out, it becomes like this, you know, pretty small ball of cauliflower. So I'll finish doing that later, but what I want to show you is then I just take a piece of parchment paper like this, and I'll use my cutting board and I put the ball of cauliflower down on it after I've mixed it. So I'll put in some cheese, some egg, any sort of flavorings that you want. You can do like basil, or you can do some garlic, some salt and pepper, maybe a little oregano, like whatever you choose. And honestly, you can look up recipes and stuff like that to figure that out. But whatever you choose to do. And then I put it in the ball and I press it down and I literally like spread it out, but I hold the edges like this with my hands as I press it so that I can make a little edge so that my toppings and stuff don't fall off, and that becomes sort of like your crispy crust area. The other trick is that I don't put this on a pan. And so it is a little difficult to get it into the oven like that, but get it into the oven just on the parchment paper instead of a pan, because what that's going to do is it's going to make it really nice and crispy instead of that kind of mushy, soggy, you know, kind of texture that you don't really want in a pizza. So, and I do it pretty thin too because I love thin crust pizza. So I do that. I put it in the oven at like, sorry, I got a call. I put it in the oven at like 425 for about 20 minutes. And then I pull it out and I will, and then I'll put whatever I want on it. So a lot of the times, again, to keep it sort of, you know, healthier, we'll do just a little cherry tomatoes. And once those get heated up and they like start popping, it's really sweet and delicious. And I'll put a little garlic and I'll put a little cheese. Really just a tiny bit of cheese though. You don't need a lot of it and you can't even really tell that it's missing. Just enough so that it sort of grabs onto some of the ingredients. Ryan and I sometimes will just do like literally tomato, fresh mozz, and basil, or we'll do some chicken and barbecue sauce and some sauteed onions. Sometimes we just dress it up with veggies. But whatever you want to do there. You've seen me do the breakfast pizzas lately. I do the same exact thing with the broccoli crust that I do with the cauliflower crust. Only difference is that I make it more breakfasty. So actually, instead of cheese, I scramble up the eggs and throw those on top, and then I'll put some crumbled, you know, organic turkey sausage and some cut up red peppers and some stuff like that, and make it more of a breakfast food. So it's really that simple. But guys, the biggest trick is that part, is really taking your time and squeezing out that water, and that makes like the total difference in how your crust turns out. So So I thought I would pass that little tip around because I've had a lot of people ask me about it lately, and we've gotten really good at it this household. We make broccoli crust and cauliflower crust almost every day recently because we love it and it tastes amazing. So try it out and tell me how it goes.